These days, you don't have to live near a beach to have some decorative coral in your house. Seems to be pretty trendy, but it can also be pretty expensive. So when I found a way to make some myself online, I was definitely on board. But I don't like to craft alone, so Hannah Grace is coming over and we're gonna make some for her room. For these two projects, we're gonna need a pair of cutting pliers, multiple sizes of wire, a hot glue gun, some glass panes, an artist brush, acrylic paint, blocks of wood, and drill driver with a drill bit. All right, Hannah Grace, have you ever seen coral like this before?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe at the store or something. Well, have you ever made coral before? No? Okay, well, what about have you used hot glue before?
Yes.
Have you made some things with it?
Yes, I do crafts for my ring.
Oh, cool. Okay, good, because we're gonna make something similar to this. It won't look quite like this, but we're gonna use a lot of hot glue. But our first step is to cut our wire. So you hold on to those, but don't cut my finger. For our first coral, we're cutting about 10 pieces of the thicker 18 gauge wire. These cuts should all be different sizes, between 5 and 14 inches in length. There we go, okay. This will give the coral a natural organic look. So you want to take a few of those. Next, bend each wire in half, like this. Okay, so we're going to apply our hot glue to the wire to make it kind of fat and squiggly. So you don't want it to be too perfect. You want it to be kind of fat and globby. So you might need to pull the trigger a little bit more. There we go. It can be tricky keeping the hot glue from falling off the wire. Try to maintain a slow, steady pace. You can always add more after the first layer dries. It's tricky. Kind of like this little twist that we have here. Maybe we'll make it bigger. Give it a little sass. There we go. Glue goes a long way. We've only used one stick so far.
I ran out of glue stick in like 5 minutes.
Once the glue has fully dried, this coral is ready for paint. All right, these look pretty cool. What do you think?
Yeah, they're cool.
I bet they'll look even different when we paint them. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so just pick it up and paint away. Oh, this is a good color.
It's pretty. It's actually coral colored.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same color as my shirt. Wasn't really intentional, but I knew I liked this color for some reason. We're using these glass pieces from old picture frames to set our painted wires. This will make it a lot easier to remove the wires once they've dried. We're painting everything except the bend of the wire. Pretty soon we'll use this part to glue to the stand. Once all the wires have been painted, we cut a few more. These will act as the roots, tying the coral to our base. What do you think?
It's really cool. I like it.
So I'm gonna hold it here,
Okay.
and you just take the glue gun and... It's important to give the coral a strong base, so don't be shy about adding a lot of glue here.
I really think it looks cool.
Great, I think so too. But we have one more to make. You want to get started on it? All right, let's set this one aside to dry. Okay, this next one is taller and flatter than the last one, but it still starts with some wire, so let's go ahead and get that cut. Our second coral is a totally different type of coral. We're cutting 3 longer strands of the thicker 18 gauge wire. This frame consists of 1 arm in the center and 2 on the outside. So once you've got your frame designed just how you like it, begin to glue the wire directly on the glass. All right, now this is the fun part because we don't have to follow any rhyme or reason. We're just gonna connect all the wires together with just a bunch of glue.
Can you layer the glue?
Yeah, we will definitely layer it. We'll do some here. And then once we put enough on here that it's pretty rigid, we'll flip it over and add some more on the other side. All right, it's looking good. After you finish gluing, pry it from the glass. But just remember, if you're not happy with your first design, you can always adjust it. That's what's great about working with glue. It's so flexible. All right, Hannah Grace, it kind of looks like a leaf to me. What do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't really look coral.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe we can bend it apart. We're making just a few adjustments. We're going to reset the original frame, and add some glue on the outside. Whee! Smiley face! In addition to being crafty, Hannah Grace is also an entrepreneur. She's recently gotten into the business of bath bombs. How's your bath bomb business doing?
It's doing good. Its employees are my sister and my mom.
So you just drop those in the bath and they kind of fizz and make it soapy and colorful?
Yeah, scented and glittery.
Oh. And what's your company called?
My bath is the bomb.
Yeah, that's funny. We're painting both sides of this coral, laying it on thick so we won't have to apply a second coat. Once it's finished, we drill a hole in the second block and thread the wire through. This coral is larger than the first and will need a little more stability. Just like the first one, we're gluing it in place and painting the base. Well, Hannah Grace, I'm glad you came over to craft with me today. I really love our coral and I can't wait to see it in your room.
Yeah, I already planned out a spot for them.
Perfect. I bet they're going to look even better in your room than they do in the shop. I've got so many projects to share with you, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next episode.